horrible. I look like shit. I look terrible. All right, so to make a long story short, I'm going to go ahead and do a video and talk about this. Because I keep hearing people talk about, oh, if you work hard and strive hard, you can get this and you can get that. I'm going to tell y'all a little story about how I tried to accomplish getting a van despite having this awful ass curse on me. And how that shit impacts your motherfucking life and how you got to take that shit seriously and settle things in the spirit realm before you can fuck around with the physical realm. So anyways, everybody who's been watching me on YouTube knows I got a curse on. It ain't no regular curse on. It's some matrix type shit that goes well beyond fucking people's comprehension. It ain't some shit you can solve with sticks and sage and all that other shit. It's some computer type shit that has various entities that come out. And, hold on. Put on my outfit and all that because I feel like going outside. Hold on. Let's just say it's some type of computer shit. It showed me how the astral plane, how the spirit world really looks, and that shit's a lot like the fucking Matrix. The spirit world is the Matrix. Hey, how you doing? Oh, God. Hey. Yeah, it's a lot like the Matrix. With that being said, you get these idiots who don't really deal with it, who will say things like, oh, you know, woo doo woo woo, la 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 la, you can make it, you can do this, you can do that. It really don't be working like that. I myself have been the victim of curses for much of my adult life. Starting when I turned about 16 years old, I had my blessings and all of that taken, and a curse that was placed on me by Baron Samedi. Had my blessings woked, given to the person who cursed me, Miss Preston, and everything else. That's why my life went downhill. That's why I was a prostitute for years. That was the best I can do. And being on the reality show for like a minute. A couple of them actually back in the day. And that was because I had a spirit guide by the name of Eden who went into the roach realm to procure my blessings and all of that. And she sabotaged and sacrificed herself just to get them. So thank you, Eden. I appreciate you. She got rejected by my other spirit guides and higher selves for that shit to some degree. But anyways, with that being said, by her. But anyways, with that being said, you know, in one instance, and I talked about this before, there was a song I used to hear playing on the radio that was by this girl from American Idol. And I would try to look it up, and at times I was able to find it online. This was in the nascent stages, the early stages of the internet. And then at times I couldn't, inexplicably. So comes to find out, turns out that the reason why I could no longer find it again is because Baron Samedi placed me in a timeline where my life would be fucked up, which is where I'm at right now, where it would be lifelong fucked up, forever. I forgot how it goes. It went like this, I could be, and those were the fucking lyrics. In the other timeline, where that song was on the radio, I was going to be a very successful TV presenter. And do well in the material world. With that being said, curses and all of that can affect your motherfucking life. Don't discount that shit. What goes on in the spirit world can affect your life. Like, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I heard in the spirit plane some of the gossip. You know, I hear a lot of gossip from, you know, from these spirits and all of that. And one thing I heard is Taylpr Swift. I'm not a big fan of her music. I don't get the fucking appeal. I don't understand how everybody could fucking swoon over the weak ass fucking voice. She don't have a bad voice. She actually has a beautiful voice. It's a nice voice, but her fucking music is fucking mid. It's mediocre at fucking best. And I don't care how much fucking crackers and shit roll with that shit. You know, I mean, you know, they like sappy ass music. I don't fucking listen. How the fuck does that bitch become a billionaire? Like, her fucking music, I can understand Beyonce, you know, who she, you know, her and Jay-Z fucked around with the Illuminati. I heard that with him, he's getting his blessings from a timeline where, you know, he made his music and all, but he never rose higher than that, than, you know, the mid-90s. And so ever since then, the Illuminati set it up to where he's been energy harvested off of from that timeline, just like what's happening with me and Rosie, from that timeline into this timeline where he's madly fucking successful, but he's going to pay a huge fucking price when he dies. This is what I heard. I hear a lot of fucking gossip in the astral realm, a lot. Every single fucking night is entertaining. With that being said, in the case of Taylpr Swift, Taylpr Swift's higher self, tried to make a deal with the devil and sacrifice her lower self for fame and fortune. The devil, having a conscience, the devil ain't really as bad as people think he is. I actually met him in the astral plane when this curse first broke out. He was actually pretty fucking cool, but, you know, it's real, so that motherfucker's really big on grabbing souls and shit, and I don't like fucking with him. He's too deceptive. Fuck with God, Jesus, and Goddess Kali, and ancestors. Hindu pantheon, Egyptian pantheon, African, my people. White ancestors, England, Britain, Scotland. With that being said, getting back to Taylpr Swift, she tried to sell, her higher self tried to sell her lower self, and they weren't having it. The devil wasn't having it. So instead, he woke that bitch, snatched all those fucking curses, all them curses that was about to be placed on Taylpr Swift herself, which is a lower self, and instead gave the blessings of her higher self to her. That's why that bitch is wildly fucking famous with that mid at best motherfucking music. I don't fucking get the appeal. It's not even that I ain't got fucking ears to hear that shit. That's how motherfuckers make it. It ain't about hard work and striving. There's plenty of motherfuckers that do that and all of a sudden they don't get their blessings. They got a guy who's getting popular, for instance, Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll took his blessings from somebody else who wasn't doing shit with him. I heard that's why I got targeted by them two assholes with that girl Rosie. Because I wasn't doing shit with those blessings. But the fact is that I was under fucking curses, heavy curses by fucking Baron Samedi. That's why I couldn't get any fucking where. Because trust me, in the early fucking 2000s and all of that, back in my youth when I was very young, a whippersnapper they call it, I tried. I would call fucking news stations, lie on my fucking resume to get in, and all sorts of fucking shit. And I got into a few, necking and all of that, up in New England, and there were a couple of others. So I tried. But a lot of shit that goes on in the spirit world concerns your blessings being blocked and you not having a strong enough spirit team to be able to fight it off. For instance, I was told in the spirit world that before I incarnated here, I was warned, do not fuck with spiritual shit. Because Bear Insanity is going to be in your bloodline, and that nigga is going to be looking for you and he's going to fuck you up. That's how Bear Insanity is. He gets jealous of motherfuckers in his bloodline with great spiritual powers and abilities. He don't enable them, at least in that timeline. That left on August 22nd, 2022. And certain other timelines is actually really cool. The minute I got spiritual, and the minute I fucking attended Xavier Prep, that's when everything fucking went downhill. They would have been able to protect the living fuck out of my blessings, but they couldn't fight off Bear Insanity. They couldn't stab him off. You sadistic motherfucker that controls those timelines, at least from what I know, and that timeline that's blocking me from, being able to get back in my body. Get back in those timelines. He's even tried to fucking, I think, block my parents from getting back in at times. They got whooped out of their body by Rosie, a white supremacist bitch at that. Fucking nigga man. Like, whatchamacallin would say. Like white women. But at the same fucking time, you don't like Uncle Tom's. That don't make any sense to me. You don't like upwardly mobile black people. Like my parents are. And, were and still are. They're a fucking mess. So anyways, with that being said, sorry man, just started. I got so much shit opposing me in that timeline, it's not even funny. It's very unfair, the way I've been judged unfairly all my life. There was a lady, a shaman I went to years ago who noted that I get judged unfairly for no fucking reason when she did a tarot card reading for me. I was trying to find out where my brother was in the astral plane. Now, with that being said, curses will affect you. Curses will affect you like a motherfucker. When this curse first broke out, one of the conditions, the stipulations that these roach attachments told me that they had to uphold as part of their contract with the Rainers was to keep me from being able to get back to Malibu. As you all know, I used to live in a van out there. I had a carefree life and all of that. I had a part of, what was his name? David Rayner. He was actually my higher self during that episode. His entity attachment. I used to hear that evil ass motherfucker outside. He sounded really evil, and his entity attachment sounded really fucking demonic, like scary. But anyways, everybody knows I used to live there. I was carefree, got into a whole lot of shit. I had a lot of fucking fun. I was like a little local celebrity back then. Back to what I was saying, that's when the curse first broke out. I got warned in a dream in the astral plane what was to come, what was going to happen, and what was going to happen to my fucking family. And sure as hell did. Broke us up, fucked us up. My mom, she different. My dad is different. This ain't no mental disorder. These are motherfucking facts. I got totally fucked up. Totally fucked up. Now, with that being said, let's bring this up to date. When I was staying in the shelter, I had an extremely hard time procuring that fucking van. I had to go through loopholes of hell to try to get it. And this turned out to be a raggedy ass fucking van that turned out to be a fucking lemon. When I would come close to woking something, even though it was broken, that's what I started resorting to, that would work for me. The Rainers, having pretty much control over me to some degree through the curse, would let it slide. they used to monitoring spirits to have control because they would block the shit out of fucking me when I would go to auctions and all of that, police auctions. They would block the living fuck out my motherfucking black ass. You know, I kept seeing through my third eye that my higher self had it established that I was going to get this, get that. You know, my higher self really tried to come through. And my higher selves as well. But it would get hindered. It would get hindered by them spirits direct. They didn't fucking play around.
How you doing?
Hey, man, how you doing, brother? Oh, no, my brother, I'm good.
I just got up from the store. Do you have two?
I'm sorry about cursing you out the other day, man. I'm just going.
That happy guy with Jack Daniels. Where you buy? How much is that?
Oh, by the way, I wasn't the
How you getting to look at that color?
Nah, it's natural, man. It's not natural, but it's close. Thank you, sir. Yeah, but have Jack Gallon and Jack Daniels. I ain't fucking. Now that I'm near fucking dead, I ain't touching no motherfucking alcohol. That's the last thing. I don't even see the point. I've been drinking kombucha. I don't like getting drunk, and then next thing you know, you feel like shit, and you be puking and all of that, and you be staying in fucking bed. I don't see the attraction of that anymore. One good thing about that curse is it woke me out of that. Now, with that being said, getting back to what I was talking about, you know, it's all right to get a little buzz, but not sloppy fucking drunk. I mean, you know, a lot of people been mistaken me for somebody else. But anyways, with that being said, you know, it's funny too. I'm going to bring up something. Back when I was in college at the University of New Orleans, I was told that there was a girl running around campus who looked exactly like me. Somebody gave me a name and I tried looking her up and I could not find her. There was actually, I'm being told by them spirits that it was actually a parallel universe version of myself that actually attended nursing school and was the daughter of a man who looked exactly like my dad, who was at the gas station one time back in New Orleans when I went to visit back in 2012. Yeah, I've had a lot of fucking spiritual encounters. A lot. But anyways, I tried to get a van at a police auction. I only got one fucking minute. But anyways, with that being said, I tried like hell to get a van. And I could not, for the past couple of fucking months, get one. I couldn't even get a shitty one that was a fix-upper that I was told, you know, would cost about fucking $500 to fix. Something kept blocking me, you know, telling me don't get it because they didn't want me back. With that being said, I experienced a lot of fucking bad luck. A lot of awful spirits who needed that got turned into an entity attachment by them evil ass motherfuckers. They replicate motherfuckers like computer programs in the astral realm. I kept getting blocked. I would try to manifest using my powers, and I would get blocked significantly. like I was saying before, jealous motherfucker that did that was trying to take a blessings and turn it into something but couldn't. And there's plenty of people that get off, like Jelly Roll, for instance, steal other people's blessings and then turn it into something that can do for them. During my cop watch era, for instance, I was actually told by these roach attachments, roach spirits, and all that, and my spirit guys, all that shit, that during the Baron Samedi era, when I was under him because of the curse, when I was being held hostage by him to be more accurate, I had my blessings taken left and fucking right, stolen like a motherfucker. Yeah, I was just being pilfered in the spirit realm like a motherfucker. All right. There was somebody else I wanted to mention too. I totally forgot. This guy that represents street vendors online, who, from what I understand, stole 2 timelines from somebody and was able to convert them for himself. His higher self did that. You know, there's plenty of energy vampires strolling around, walking around in the spirit plane. A girl who pretended to help my ass, Katarina, stole some of my shit. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. Trying to get that shit back. I don't play around when you steal my shit. That's why I've been, that's why I got big of being in the spirit world and monitoring shit so I can protect my shit. Make sure that nobody can steal my shit. Because of idiotic mistakes on my own part, I've largely had to do it on my own. Ain't nobody fault but me. And the motherfuckers put the curse on me and the monitoring spirits and evil spirits that's getting up on my ass. But anyways, watch them out when you talk about somebody who's down on their luck. You never know what's going on with them in the spirit plane and all of that. A lot of times that's the result of somebody having their blessings stolen, their blessings blocked, their blessings completely taken. Now their timelines. A lot of homeless people, if they could tell you in the astral plane, they'll tell you the same thing. A lot of this shit is taken. All that, you do hard work and you do this and you do that and you can get somewhere. No. Everything starts in the spirit plane. The spirit plane directly affects the material plane.